finally managed to stumble our way through what seems to be some kind of hag's tunnel. I don't know what she did, but in her own quirky way, which may be a bit of a kickback against Asherak, who apparently forced them to work for him, got us down to the southern coast where we bumped into a turtle that we used to know, who turned out to know where the lost city of Omer was. He then led us up to the lost city of Omu, and we are currently camped out, trying to work out what the best approach is based upon our total guide's feedback about what happened to the last lot, which he led there, which was pretty grim, I believe. So yeah, that's it. We're currently sat on the edge, staring down into the lost city of Omu, trying to work out what to do next.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, so Mudgrod offered to set up like a base camp, hadn't you? Well, when you finally decide on your point of entry, you were going to set up a base camp a safe distance away in case you needed to retreat. So yeah, let's pause. So I'll get my screen. Pause that. Away we go. So yeah, I believe you're still situated on the sort of centrally on the western cliffs above the ruined city, and I think the last thing that happened, you'd had a what do you call it, a run-in, an encounter with your old friend Cuckoo, the demon bard, not the demon barber, the demon bard. So yeah, it's currently sort of early afternoon at the moment. So what is it you plan to do then? Yeah, heading down that way. I mean, like I say, the scale. What's the scale on this? So the ruler scale. So it is, yeah. So yeah, that's there you go. It's about roughly about 1400 feet. No, about 1500 feet from where you currently are to this top of the those stairs. That massive, it's pretty big staircase as well. So it's like it's about 100 feet across or something, if not more. Obviously this map isn't completely to scale, I wouldn't imagine.
probably camp around this area. It keeps him away from the edge.
You'll put that black circle on.
Yeah, that's where he could potentially set up camp.
I've used up my level 4 spells. So probably... Yeah, but I mean, I'm fine. If anything kicks off, I should be fine to do what I do. What do you think? Find a spot back from the steps in Leomund's tiny hut while we wait for darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. What where you currently are, or in that area where you're suggesting that Mudgrow sets up a base camp of sorts?
I say we go down to where it's setting up the base camp. We might as well. If we're going to wait until darkness anyway.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so it's not going to take too long to get down there. Where is it?
I mean, we don't want to circle the place, like get a different perspective on things. We've got the telescope, we can scope out the temples and that big spot, that full circle from like all angles. We might see something from another angle that we might otherwise not notice. What do you guys think? Take the long way around?
All the way around.
No, we got the rest of the day to burn. Why not?
It's like that. Well,
So to get from where you currently are to there, you cover about. I'd say you probably cover about 1,000 feet every 10 minutes or so. Sort of a steady pace, cautious pace.
oh, they're all expecting more.
No, it's not.
We could easily circle it then, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scope it out.
I'm just thinking it before we go into what is obviously the biggest trap we've
Oh, did I say?
in our
Sorry, did I say?
lives.
Sorry, I said. Did I say 1,000 feet every 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. Sorry, no. Not 1,000 feet every 10 minutes. Because of the undergrowth. Let me see. Let me just double check everything. 2. So if you're going cautiously, about 200 feet every 5 minutes. If you go in, not cautiously, then about that every minute.
You can do a slow walk and be up the steps by nightfall.
So yeah, somebody's measuring it out already. Well done.
Six, 7. I'd say about 8,000 foot all the way around.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
If we go a long
So
way around to get to where we want to go.
Couple of hours.
8,000 divided by. How long is it? What, 200 every?
yeah. No, every 5. I think that's it. Yeah. It's 40 times 5. It's 200. Yeah. Yes, it's only going to take you a few hours to circumnavigate the place.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? It feels like a good option just to get a picture in our minds of what the place looks like.
Yeah, hours 15. I get it as. If you can.
So yeah, you'd be able to basically be able to circumnavigate it before before it got dark, which would bring you back to your starting point or to the proposed camping point about the time that you would probably be getting ready to start
Just
looking for
playing
somebody to
devil's
camp as well?
advocate, what would we gain from it?
Yeah,
You can already see the vast
information.
majority. You could already see the vast
Information.
majority of the place, can't we?
Yeah, but when you're looking at a building, you can only see one side of it. So by circling, there's potential to gain, in my view, 3 times more information about any particular thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, if we just go to where we camp, we'll spend the majority of the time with one perspective on the whole city. While if we circle it, we spend more time in close observation, which means there's potential to notice like guard changes or perhaps creatures moving about.
That's what I'm asking. What do we want to gain from this?
Oh, intelligence. Lots and lots of intelligence. I mean, if we notice nothing, then all what we've lost is 2 hours of time that we would have been sat in our butts. So.
Well, I'm happy with that plan.
Sorry, am I? Is Fafuk being too military here? Does he need
No.
to? Does he?
I think it's the perfect time to be military. Not get killed at this stage.
That would be depressing. Right, I suppose we crack on then, Phil.
Okay, so would it be which diet? Yeah, is it going around clockwise, anti-clockwise? For what difference that makes, if any?
Clockwise.
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 Clockwise, right. So heading north first. Okay.
Not that we know what a clock looks like, but clockwise, thanks. Are they
Dial-wise.
clocks? Yeah, are they clocks?
I think possible gnomes might have something along
They do gadgets, don't
yeah they're so yeah it's
they? Tinkers. Is that tinkers?
possible yeah tinkering it's possible. Even if it's well anyway.
Distracting me.
Yes,
You're distracting
I'm
me.
distracting
Okay.
myself there. We're going to go into some all like this, yeah. No, yeah. Okay, so right. I think if we'll split it into a series of perception checks as you make your way around.
So taking it slow, and then every now and then Fafuk hands out the telescope, and we all have a quick squiz just to see if we spot anything, and then we cautiously move on again.
Yeah.
We're planning on sleeping after this.
What's an interesting one? If Obold's going in after dark, I would say if we start our camp slightly early, then Obold could probably go in after a long rest, early in the morning. Usually the quietest time for everything. What do you guys think?
At what time?
Early dawn, pre-dawn.
For a ball scouting.
Yeah. That means the rest, we all get a long rest. Get our heads down that touch early. So it's 1:30 now. We spent 2 hours scouting. 3:30. Set up camp. Get our heads down at 5. That means at 2:30, 3 in the morning, we've had a long rest, and Obold's good to go.
Yes, suppose so.
Right. We crack on then, Phil. What do you want us to do?
So we'll, like I say, break it up into a series of like perception checks and stuff, I think. So yeah, so for let's see, so 1, 2, so a couple on that side, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so about 6 perception checks. Yeah, so if so you can all make a perception check as you're how close to the edge are you travelling, by the way? Presumably you're not travelling
On the edge.
right on the very edge, but at the same time presumably you're not travelling so far back away from the edge that you can't see what you're hoping to scout out anyway.
Well, my personal view, and again this might be too military, tell me if we dial it back or not, is to stay back from the edge, walk 10, 15 minutes, and then approach the edge, and then do observations, and then leave the edge, and then carry on again. So we're not walking in sight of the city. We're just approaching it to make observations, and then retreating, and then carrying on.
Yeah.
All in agreement?
Yes.
Very good. Right, so yeah, nipping in and out then. Righto, okay then. So yeah, like I say, you can. So for the first leg, you can all make a perception check then.
Advantage because we're using telescopes.
One of you can have advantage.
Well, it's Cobalt. I mean, do you want to do it?
No, I'll let someone else do it.
Come on. Right, I'll do perception with advantage. Ugh, sucks. So Tackling got a 20, that's pretty good. Because Cade got a 20. So dirty 20 is nice.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you don't see a great deal, to be honest. You keep nipping in and out, just working your way back towards the edge of the cliffs and looking down, spending some time scanning the city below. You don't see a great deal. The whole place is completely overgrown. A lot of buildings are almost completely obscured by vines and vegetation that's overtaken the place. But you do see some movements. You see at one point you see a small group of what you think are humans. They look to be like Chiltons, but of a more like primitive tribal group.
Chiltons.
Chiltons, yeah, natives
Well,
to natives.
supposed to be all the anti,
No,
wherever it is.
no, you don't see a single one of those. No. So yeah, you see a small group of primitive natives, or primitive, want of a better word. The only other thing of note you see, stalking around the northern end of this raised roadway, you see a particular catch sight only very briefly, because it's sort of stalking amongst all the trees and vegetation, but you get a brief glimpse of a particularly huge Tyrannosaurus Rex. It catches your attention because it's quite unusual in its appearance. It's out of its back and in sort of around its shoulders. It's covered in brightly coloured, like a rainbow of brightly coloured feathers.
Sorry, what?
A rainbow of brightly coloured feathers.
Like a peacock. We've got a T-Rex peacock.
No, I don't mean it's got a peacock's tail, but it has feathers growing along its back, like it's
Like a
on it.
macaw. Like a macaw, like just flappy feathers, as in it's got wings, or is it just
No,
feathers?
it's got feathers growing. You know how the it's got feathers growing out of its back. So it's instead of fur, it's got feathers.
Oh. Oh. Wow, that's something you don't see every day.
So this kind of start at its head and run mainly down its down its spine and along its shoulder blades. It's also got a large horn protruding from its snout.
Are you making this shit up now? It's a unicorn
It's a
T-Rex.
it's a
with
unicorn
feathers.
T-Rex. It looks more like a rhino's horn.
It's not making it better. I bet that horn does 10d 20 damage. That's what I think.
Yeah, hooks you up and pops you straight in its mouth. But yeah, it looks quite big, quite a big specimen. Yeah. So you continue making your way around. So you're making your way around along the north side now, and you can make I'll make another perception check.
Advantage. Come on. How? Oh, 20. Oh, that rolled off. Okay,
Oops.
23.
And then I clicked on performance. Huh?
God, Declan got
Something
another.
was-
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd already rolled again.
I have. I got another 20.
Ah, there you are. Cool. Man, you got some good perception rolls.
Hang on, I'm going to have to restart because my thing's messed up again for some reason. My character sheet.
What is it with your character sheets, Kieran?
No idea. I don't get that advanced warning about the address for logging into Foundry until it messes up. So when I first log into it, it's fine, and then as soon as I do a roll on the character sheet, it messes everything up.
It's odd.
But then when I go to log back into it, I get that warning about it not being a safe address, and then after that, it's fine.
Strange.
So I don't know what's going on here.
No, neither do I. You have to refer to your problem to our tech expert. Tackling.
Oh,
I was
what
gonna
is it,
say,
Google?
Oh, or Lou.
But I know nothing about Foundry, so
What's
just,
that?
just hope it comes back.
Right, there we go.
Ooh, wow, 24. That's a monster roll.
Right.
Probably quite literally.
Yeah.
Right. Again, you don't see a great deal. Like I say, a lot of the city's obscured, so it's hard to get a good view of what's going down what's happening down on the ground. At one point, you see a large swarm of what look like giant wasps. And the only reason why you spot them is because you catch some movement. Can't really tell where it is, and then as they fly closer, because they appear to have a nest in like a large crevice at halfway down the cliff face. And so you see this swarm of wasps busying, in and out of this crevice.
Would it be necessary to make a note of where it is on the map? We have a map.
Do you have a map? No, you don't. You only so you ain't got a proper map. You can make little notes yourself. So it was somewhere along the north wall.
Okay.
You can make I suppose you can make notes on the map if you want. You're able to draw on it, so by all means do that if you want. And you can make you can probably use a text tool as well, can't you? And of course you can make journal entries. Right. So, but yeah, other than that, you see a few bits of wildlife, monkeys and things in the tree canopy below. And as you move further east along the north side, you can see the swampy grounds that surrounded the flooded area. You spot a few large crocodiles sparring, or whatever you would call that. Baby wasps. Here be wasps.
Yep.
And then you come to the river that cascades over the cliff into the flooded area of the city below. So it's quite wide. It's probably a good 50 foot or more drop to the river below, and it's probably easily a good 50, at least 50 feet across, if not more, 50 to 70 feet
Not jump
across.
in this one.
And the
It
river,
looks like it gets
here is particularly fast flowing, as it obviously because it's just about to, as it's emptying over the falls. It isn't narrower there, no. It's just the perspective of it. Just curious, actually, which river it is. I'm not sure. I think it's a smaller river, so I don't think it's a named one. I'm just going to check.
Pull out your vase and jump in it, tackle and see if you can go down the waterfall.
What? Sorry, I missed that.
No, yeah.
Pull
So
out your
it's,
vase, jump in it, and then see if you can go over the waterfall.
yeah. So it's
Plant is still filled with mayonnaise.
so it's a lesser river. It's not marked on the main map of the island.
So it's a tributary.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, that would be a good way to. Sorry, carry on.
so yeah, your progress is currently blocked by this river.
So if we head upriver slightly, does it widen and slow down, or does it stay fairly quick?
Well, from the edge, from looking from the edge, you can't see that it narrows. It doesn't narrow before it disappears out of sight. Before it's obscured.
I mean, I could cast water walking as a ritual, and we just basically sprint across the river before we get carried over the edge. What do you guys think?
That's good to me.
How
It's
about
never failed us before.
what about the crocodiles?
Crocodiles don't live in fast flowing. Well, Fafuk has no idea.
We have seen some crocodiles, yeah.
Yes.
So
Down in the city, yeah.
Kate doesn't want to end up in a belly of one or actually two crocodiles because I'm sure they would tear me apart.
How wide is it?
I'm very juicy.
It's about 50 to 70 foot across, and it's about the same distance below the cliff top.
So if we head upriver for a couple of minutes and just see what the terrain looks like, maybe there's a spot that looks clear of crocodiles, we can skip across and around. I mean, if we all dash, we should cross it in one round. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it sounds fine with me.
Okay,
It's just with how fast it's flowing. Is that just going to make it more difficult for us to try and get across those? Is it going to be like sliding like a polished floor where we're just going to slide?
It'd be like walking on a
conveyor belt.
Yes, yeah, conveyor belt, yeah.
Except you're so it'll be like a little bit of a whoop, and then once you're moving along with the river, it'll just feel like you're just sliding. As long as you're not accelerating, you actually won't notice the movement other than the changing perspective as you cross over. That makes sense.
We do have another issue. It's what 50 to 60 foot up and down, getting into the crevice and out of it.
Yeah, that's
why Fafuk said walk further up to see if it's less of a drop into the river.
I mean, if we walk a few minutes up and it becomes obvious it's going to be like a long walk,
the same.
We may as well just head back the way we came. Be ashamed, but no reason to risk ourselves.
I mean, you've got the telescope. Can you not use the telescope when we get to the edge and just see?
Yeah. I mean,
So,
also, can we see how? Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, you can only see so far along the river before your vision's obscured by. For one thing, the river goes round bends round to the east, and eventually it's obscured from view by the bend, the curve in the river, and also the jungle.
Okay, so if we hike a few minutes upriver, can we get a good look?
If that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you head up, back up river for a few minutes. What? So 5-10 minutes, something.
Mhm.
Okay. Which will get you about what, between 200 and 400 feet up river. So from there you can sort of see a bit further along the river, and it does look like in the distance, maybe about an hour, maybe half an hour to an hour's walk, the cliffs peter out and becomes the ground becomes more level with the surface of the river.
What do you guys think? Do we want to invest that kind of time?
Yeah, why not?
Okie dokie.
So
Yeah,
it's going to add about about an hour to 2 hours onto your journey.
Vuk's happy to do it. We've still got time in hand.
Might as well.
Okay, right, fair enough then. So yeah, you make a detour, heading up upstream, and it turns out to be a little bit quicker than you anticipated. And you're back. Takes you just over an hour to circumnavigate the river. Pardon me. And you find yourselves back at the waterfall, the head of the waterfall. It's about mid-afternoon, and you continue on your way down. So below you now is the bulk. The majority of the cities below you it's all the city below you is completely flooded. Many of the buildings are completely submerged. You can just see little parts of the roofs poking up. Some of the bigger ones, that are more than one story, are visible, more clearly visible above the water level. So you head your way down the east side, and you can see in the distance, getting close, you can see this huge walled palace complex.
Mhm.
That's again, like the rest of the place, it's lying in ruin, and it's overgrown, and most of it's obscured from view. You can make perception rolls.
Oh, another stunning roll. It's the third perception roll I've rolled under 10.
Ooh, 20.
Nice.
So do I notice anything with 27?
Nothing.
Okay, so the flooded area, you see quite a lot of life around here, like crocodiles and other water creatures. You can see like quite large fish in the water. But about here, you can see what looks like one of the another temple complex that you weren't able to see from your viewpoint on the opposite side of the city. So there's another. Let me just mark it on. So that's not pen. Here. So there's another one here. And you got quite a good view of it from here, looking almost straight down onto it. So you can see there's this building that's surrounded by monoliths that are adorned with sort of carvings of dancing frog-like figures that are rising up from the swamp that's flooded the area. And beyond these monoliths, there's a ruined edifice that's shaped a bit like an arrowhead, like squatting in the muddy water. And it's much like everywhere else. It's overgrown. There's bushes and trees growing out the roof. Fook, while you're casting your eye across this area with your telescope, some movement catches your eye, and inside the palace complex, and you focusing your spyglass, you spot just for a moment a group of humanoid figures. You don't get a really clear look at them, but the moving along with them is a creature that's got a humanoid, the upper torso of a humanoid, but the lower part of its body is like a snake's body.
Yeah.
This a Yuan-Ti that we've been told about then.
Well, possibly.
Just out of curiosity, are these buildings to scale based on the map that we've got?
No, I wouldn't say so.
I'm just eyeballing figures, so if we looked at it, would that be 60 foot?
No, like I said before, I doubt very much that the maps to scale, certainly not the buildings.
Because the description doesn't match the scale at the bottom of the map.
The actual ruler does. Anyway, never mind. I just wondering how big these buildings were.
Yeah,
Where
no,
were the
like
T-Rex?
sorry,
Where were the T-Rex on the map? Because I didn't make a note.
around this area.
If Fuk relays what he spotted to the others, I mean, I can't actually remember the discussions we had with the others about Yuan-Ti, but I believe there are Yuan-Ti that don't look like snakes, and this is obviously a Yuan-Ti that looks half snake, which is different to the Naga oracle we met, right? So the Naga is a different human snake to the Yuan-Ti human snake.
So, yeah, the Naga is almost completely serpentine with like a human face.
Right, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Honestly, know very little about Yuan-Ti. I've deliberately avoided info.
Although that one that tried to attack us, wasn't there? Well, did attack us.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
The one where I
but that was
managed to
mostly
catch him and
human.
he killed himself.
Yeah, but that was like almost totally human, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
had reptilian eyes and some patches of. I think he had a
Scales.
forked tongue and some like patches of scales.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we get told that they're not pure blood, though. Pure blood are the ones that have a serpentine body, I think, aren't they? Something like that.
Right. So, did it look like the humanoids were being escorted by the Yuan-Ti, or they're like mates going out for a drink at the pub together?
It looked like they were.
Was it-
Looked like they were together. Yeah, it looked like they were. Yeah, it looked like they were together. It weren't like a prisoner and escort situation. If that's what
Okay,
you.
so it looked like Chultons and Yuan-Ti heading down off to go do something like shovel some latrines or something.
Or on guard duty.
Oh, was it that kind of, like, as in they're patrolling, or was it just
Possibly.
more like
Possibly, hard to tell, isn't it? Really, from you could, like I say, you saw this group that were
for a moment?
moving. Yeah, just for a moment. They were all moving together.
Can we see where they disappear?
Yeah, they just disappear amongst. They're like I say, only see them for a moment, then they're like they disappear on like obscured by like either buildings or vegetation.
Okay. They
Like-
don't pop out at some later point. They just
No,
kind of.
like I say, it's hard to see a lot of the ground because it's despite what it looks like on the map, which makes everywhere look quite clear. It's not. It's like really badly overgrown.
Okay.
So like a lot of the like I say, a lot of the buildings come almost completely obscured with vines and vegetation.
Okay. No. Cool.
Um,
At least
I,
you know in the ballpark.
I imagine the reason why you can see buildings is more for a practical purpose rather than an actual proper representation of what it's like. Because obviously, it won't be much use if it was just just a massive green obscuring all the buildings.
Okay. Cool. Right. Suppose we hang about for a little bit and then carry on our merry way.
Okay, so you can make perception rolls again as you make your way down the southern edge of the east side.
Excuse me.
And a
while I-
fourth roll under 10.
Ooh, the me. 19.
Nice.
Okay. Um, right. So yeah, you pass the temple complex, which covers takes up quite a large area of the east side. On the south side of the this walled palace complex, you spot what looks like possibly another temple. There's a pair of needle-like columns marking the entrance to a walled ruin, and you can see a courtyard beyond that, and you can just make out a squat-looking building, but again, everything's almost completely obscured by vegetation. And in this case, there's like a large banyan tree that that's growing up through some of the buildings. So beyond that, you start to get a whiff of toxic fumes emanating from the lake of boiling lava that sits at the bottom of the cliffs, and towards the edge of the cliffs, like vegetation's all much sparser. A lot of it's dead or stunted as it's struggling with the toxic fumes coming up from the lava. Across the far side, where the river empties into it, there's like a massive column of steam as the river pours into this lake of lava. and there's like a really loud sort of hissing sound of the water being vaporized as soon as it hits the lava. There's this like massive column of permanent column of steam issuing up from the lava. Of course, the main thing you notice is like there's an isolated pinnacle of rock upon which sits what looks like another temple. So there's not a lot. Other than that, there's not a lot to see here. At one point, you think you see something moving in the lava,
Doesn't sound good.
but you're not sure. You're not sure. It might just be a trick of the light, or but just because like I said, the lava's constantly bubbling and the bubbles popping and expelling toxic fumes and gases. And it on a few occasions it forces you to retreat back into the jungle from the heat and the fumes.
Nasty. I mean, how far down is that lava?
There's
There's a massive
about
cliff face below the city.
300 to 400 feet, it looks like.
Let me have
That's
a look.
from the city.
Yeah.
So you'd probably say about 500 from where we are on the cliffs.
Yeah.
So,
Long way down. Enough to regret a lot of life choices before you hit that lava.
Cast Featherfall so you can ponder it further while you.
Yeah, it's probably a couple of 100 feet.
Okay. Right. Good to know.
And from up here probably another probably about 400.
Okay. Long way down. I suppose we carry on then.
Uh-huh. Radio. Okay, so you carry on round the southeast side and along the south side, which is takes you a little bit further away from the majority of the buildings of the city. Till you get towards the southwest side, and there's only a few isolated buildings, and they're quite large, but quite spaced out. And you've finally come within sight of this grand, or what once was a grand, set of wide, shallow steps leading down to the city. It's now like cracked and broken and overgrown with
Lichen, moss.
Yeah, like vines and plants and tree and like sapling trees growing up out of it, forcing their way up through the cracks and break it slowly. It's slowly being broken apart and broken down by the jungle. Down at the bottom of these steps is the closest to the buildings. So these steps descend about the steps descend about 100 feet over the course of about the same distance or more.
Oh, that's steep. 45 degrees.
Yeah, might be a bit longer than that. It's probably because I think it's supposed to be quite a shallow set of steps. So probably quite shallow.
Okay.
Can't quite. It's probably because you can't see all the steps. But yeah, really wide, shallow steps, because it's the main entrance. Obviously not a road though. But yeah, at the bottom of that is not on there. The wrong thing.
Oh, I got for advantage, eh?
So it looks like an old. See, it's building at the bottom. It looks like an old ruined guardhouse, perhaps.
Okay.
Beyond that, you can see that the ground has at some point has shifted and dropped, and it's kind of, so this guardhouse now sits slightly above the rest of the city.
So last perception roll of 25. Do we notice anything suspicious?
No, it's quite other than like typical wild bits sightings of wildlife. You don't really see anything of note. And that's the case that until you come round to the general area where you're proposing setting up a campsite.
Okay. Right. Suppose we set up shop. Try and mask our
So
presence.
So yeah, it's about 5:30 by the time you get round to that to get round to there.
Right. Fuchs settles down and goes through a camp routine, I suppose.
Yep, is that the plan?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So as well as doing that, Mudgrow starts making preparations and for a more permanent
Slutty was with us.
for a more permanent camp.
Has he travelled all the way around with us?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just not going into a movie.
If it weren't for Mudgrow, it'd have taken you a lot longer to get round. So yeah. You make up camp. Let's see.
Surf, mud crawl down the waterfall.
He's a tortoise, not a turtle.
Just came to
Cannonball!
throw him in on his back and then just surf on his belly all the way down the waterfall.
Okay, so you set up camp, go through all your usual preparations, setting up Cade setting up Leomund's tiny hut at the last possible moment. And you surprisingly, despite your proximity to Omu, you pass an uneventful night and a week. So pre-dawn, wasn't it?
Yep.
So let's
Perfect.
move that to dawn, and then we'll move it back an hour. An hour before dawn, 2 hours before dawn. So dawn is just before 6 o'clock.
It needs to still have like the darkness about, so I can use my pass without trace and the shadow step and stuff like that from scouting.
Well, it's up to you. An hour before dawn would be dark. It'd be pretty dark. 2 hours before dawn would be even darker. Probably.
Yeah, but how long is it going to take us to get down to them steps from where we are now?
So from where you are now, there, it's about. Let me just pause the time a second.
You know, I just missed a trick. I didn't have it memorized, but at level 4, I've got locate creature as a spell option.
So
I could keep that permanently ready to nobble Dyson if you guys like.
So it take you about 10 minutes or so to 10-15 minutes to get from where you camped to the top of the stairs.
No, do it for an hour before dawn then.
An hour before. Very well. So let's move it back an hour. So that's just before 5 a.m. Right-o.
Let me get up and just have me drink and rations,
Uh-huh.
and then set off.
Right-o. So it's just you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't need a torch or anything.
No. Okay, so you make your way through the jungle.
I give Kobold Blessing of the Trickster so he has advantage on any stealth checks.
So you make your way through the jungle, sort of following the using the cliff edge as a guide. Leads you back to the top of this staircase or steps. Staircase.
And I'll make sure I use that pass without trace.
Uh-huh.
And I'll go down the steps and have a scout around this building.
Okay. Right. So you head down the steps. So it takes it takes you it takes about 5 minutes to get from the top of the steps to get to this this guardhouse, this what looks like an old guardhouse. So yeah, it looks like an old guardhouse. It standing near the entrance to the old city. You can see what you presume are arrow slits cut into its limestone walls, and an old lopsided iron portcullis hangs over the gateway, beyond which you can see an open plaza.
That's after I've scouted around the building.
Yeah.
I'll have a quick look over to make sure there's no traps or anyone hidden anywhere.
Okay.
Hopefully. And then I'll have a wander into the plaza then.
Okay.
If it's clear.
Yeah.
So could you draw maybe a line of where you are? I've just kind of lost
This.
Right, gotcha. Thank you.
So you sort of squeeze past this toppled portcullis. Much interiors, like it's collapsed into rubble, and as you've already seen, there's with other buildings, there's creepers clinging to the walls, slowly tearing the brickwork apart, and high grasses sprout from between the flagstones amid evidence of numerous long dead campfires. One wall is covered with graffiti, some words painted, others sort of etched into the stonework.
Any language I recognise?
It's all in common.
Oh, okay. What's it say?
So there's several lines. So one says, "Fear the fangs of Ras Nisai." And another one says, "Eric, I've gone in search of the 9 shrines." Signed V. Next, another one says, "The puzzle cubes are the key." And another one says, "Beware the frog monster." The 5th one says, "Who is Unk?" Unk. UNKH. I'll put them all into chat in a minute. The next one says, "All hail the King of Feathers."
Oh, I can guess who that is.
T-Rex.
Mm.
The next one says, the snakes are not what they seem. And the last one says, Kubazan equals bravery. Shagambe equals wisdom. Moe equals question mark. I shall now put them all into chat so you can see them. Yep. Stupid thing. Just a minute. Why is there's like a staging area for tokens, and I've got one of them selected.
Directly above our entry point.
Yeah, the staging token. There's loads of tokens, just about all tokens for use on map. There is like a staging area for them, so you don't have to drag them from. So you don't have to open up menus and drag them out of menus.
Is it possible for us to copy this to the text script? Do we? Is it possible for us to roll to see if we can maybe equate some of this to?
Well, not at the moment, because the only person who's seen this, of course, is Obold at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to presume he
Oh!
survives this, don't we?
Something I forgot. Something I forgot about while you were circumnavigating the ruins as well. So everywhere, like I did mention it last time, but every few hundred feet, carved, perched on the edge of these crumbling cliffs, is like a stone gargoyle with a devil's face.
Yeah.
So it's all the way around the entire place. So there's must be hundreds of them.
Not looking inward.
Possibly. Yeah. Pardon me.
I'll have a look around the rest of the plaza. Is there anything else of interest in here apart from the graffiti and the long-lived campfires then, or is that pretty much it?
Oh, right back.
Yeah, there's nothing else. There's nothing else here. You can make a survival check, I guess. So there's, like I said, there's little old campfires, but as you're looking about, examining stuff, you think the not the oldest, the most recent of these campfires, it can't be more than like a few weeks, maybe a month old.
All right, so someone's been here just before us, possibly Dyson. I'll exit out of here then, Phil. I'll go along the cliffs that lead down further into the city.
Okay.
How high are them? Are they? They're
It's-
about 50 feet.
No, it's not. It's not high. It's just it's kind of maybe about 20 feet. But there's ways down. So at the north end of it, there's like a trail leading down that runs under along the bottom of the cliffs.
I'll stealth my way over there then.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. So I could just use my shadow step to go down.
You could.
I'll just use my shadow step to go down instead of using that, Phil.
Okay.
And then I'll go towards that nearest set of buildings. Have a scout around them.
Right. So yeah, once you get down here, this natural sort of basin is, or the city ahead of you. You can see it's like densely packed with ruined villas and overgrown courtyards. The buildings are all exclusively seem to be made from cut from limestone. Most of them have got stone roofs. Some have got remnants of like like what look like some kind of tiled roofs as well. Um, so there's a lot. Like I said, the whole area is completely overgrown. So there's thick, broad leaf vines that almost completely engulfs most of the structures, while there's ferns and thorny bushes like choking the streets. And here and there, either like attached to buildings or poking out from the undergrowth, you can see statues, various sizes of that seem to represent these animal gods that you keep hearing about. So these two large buildings ahead of you, again, these look they look to be in complete ruin, completely overgrown. There's trees, trees growing up out of the roofs, and peering through a window, you can see like an interior. It's almost impossible to get inside because it's like that overgrown with vegetation.
Right.
But you can explore them if you wish.
Yeah, I'll have an explore around.
Okay. Right. It'll probably take you about half an hour to scout each building out.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. So if you want to roll a perception check then for the first one. Okay. Right. So yeah, you searched through this building, like I said, but a lot of interior walls have collapsed. There's massive holes in the ceiling. You have to be quite careful because some of it looks like it's in danger of collapse. Um, and you're making your way through an area that's particularly choked with vines. When
Oh dear.
gonna work?
I would worry, you're
No.
basically invisible. I mean, with your pass without trace, blessing of the trickster and your dex, you must be hitting like what, 20 plus on a basic stealth roll, like a ghost in the dark.
What's that blessing of those tricks to do?
Advantage on all stealth checks.
Oh, right.
Just 1 second. Get this to
Lasts
work.
an hour, so here's a timer.
No, click on the right thing. Might work. There we go. Okay, right. So you're, like I say, you're moving through this area of this building that's particularly choked with vines. When suddenly one of the vines starts trying to wrap itself around your leg. You manage to like jump out of the way just before it manages to get a hold of you. But yeah, it's part of the vegetation just seems to suddenly come to life.
That tree in Evil Dead.
So you better
I'll make sure-
roll. You'll have
Honestly, I'll make sure I get out of his way.
right. You'll have to roll for initiative. Do.
You doing a combat tracker or just normal rolls?
Just normal rolls. Uh, 2 and okay. So you can act first.
I'll do. Let me just double check. I'll do one attack at it, Phil.
Uh huh.
It's with me spear.
Sneaky. You took mobility, right?
Yeah.
Ah, beautiful.
Okay.
Why is it not showing?
You've got because you've not got a token. Hold on, it's because you've not got a token on area.
I'm clicking on attack and it's just not doing anything.
Yeah, it's because you need a token. Just a moment.
Hang on, I can just do the roll, can't I?
There you go. You got a token on now. At the bottom of the map.
Oh, right.
I'll put it on the building. There you go.
15.
Okay, right. You you stab at these vines.
7 damage.
Okay. Okay. Right, you slash and chop through some of these vines. It's hard to tell if you what effect, if anything, you're having.
And then I'll just get out of there, Phil.
Okay.
Full movement, move away.
And you got to disengage for 3 of you.
Yeah, because of mobile, if I attack, even if I didn't hit it, I can't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn.
Okay. Right. So as you retreat, the ground underneath your feet becomes you like could swear the like roots are like moving and you almost trip and stumble. So you can make a strength saving throw.
Oh my god.
Okay, right. So yeah, you catch your foot. You catch your foot in a loop of roots that you could sworn blind wasn't there just a split second ago, and you trip and fall sprawling across the floor. And as you do, like vines sort of come whispering across the ground and like start wrapping themselves around you. Roots popping like pop up out the stony ground and grasping hold of your arms and legs. So you are restrained.
I'm going to stop me teleporting, is it?
Yeah, it does.
Is it?
Yeah, we went through this before. I can't use Shadow Step when you're restrained, apparently.
Doesn't sound right.
So that'd be initiative. Okay, you've got initiative, so you can make a athletics check to try and get yourself free.
Yeah.
No, can't. Okay, I believe that means it's got. Yes, so it's got advantage now. So yeah, attacks. Attacks with advantage. Right. So yeah, as it wraps, as more and more of these vines wrap around you, they like to start to tighten and constrict around you, and you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled instead of restrained.
So out of morbid curiosity, can we hear any of the fighting from where we are?
No, no way.
No way.
Much, much too far away, and he's inside the building as well. So right, next round. It's 14. So you're first again. So you can make a so it's a strength check, I guess, because it's grappled. Oh wow, what's happening? Okay, the target is grappled. Until the grapple the target is restrained. Right, and you so you like feel these like vines and stuff that wrapped around you that are like thorns suddenly start sprouting from them, digging into your flesh, and you feel like this burning sensation as it injects poison into you.
Nice.
You better hurry up and free yourself before it starts excavating you.
You take 21 points of poison damage.
Oh,
Ooh.
you know.
No saving throw.
No, it's just poison damage.
Ooh. That's nasty.
No, it's got a smart.
I've seen dwarf.
I love the level of sympathy. Hey, we should feel sorry for him. He's an elderly half-orc. Into a pot plant. He's broken a hip and can't get up.
Yeah. Next turn then, Phil.
That's weird.
I'm
Just a
just
minute.
curious why half of Phil's encounters involve somebody getting wrapped up in tentacles. Do we need to discuss this?
I just
Like tentacles?
I'm just double checking while whether how this about the shadow step thing. Do.
It doesn't say you can't do it if you're restrained.
No. It's important not to mistake grapple capacity.
And it's a bonus action, which you did say didn't attract an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
I can misty step even if I'm restrained.
Yeah, and that's a bonus action.
Always pay close to rules. Grapple says your movement speed is reduced to 0. That's it. It does not inhibit your ability to cast spells or use object. Cast spells like many. As long as spell or ability you're using doesn't require you to move, such as step through a portal, you can do it. So misstep, misty escape, phase step, shadow step. Yeah, so so you can, I think, Kieran.
All right.
Um,
Oh,
So Obold has a senior moment and totally forgets he can get out of this, and then eventually remembers after he's had the shit poisoned out of himself.
yeah.
so yeah, we'll let you shadow automatically shadow step out of that then. So yeah, you stagger out the building with this poison burning into like these like loads of little tiny wounds all over your arms, your legs, and your body, where these thorns have penetrated your flesh.
Nice, nice rolling.
Crazy stuff, eh?
Yeah, those rolls were awful. Roll for initiative. Roll decent. Roll for any saving throws or strength checks. No.
Apparently, bad rolls make great storytelling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you feel any better now?
So yeah, you managed to escape the building. What are you doing now?
I'm going to nope right out of there, back to the campsite.
Okay. Okay, so that's like
Oh, I will roll for me concentration check though, because I have taken damage.
right.
Had that pass without trace going.
Yeah.
So that's a con check, isn't it?
Yeah.
10 DC's 10 or half the damage you took, whichever's higher. So you took 22 at one point, so it's 11.
Yeah. Well, the first one, there will be 2 saving throws. Is it a saving throw or an ability check? Sorry.
It's a
D20 ability check. It's a con ability.
it's not a saving throw. Yeah.
First one, fine.
Oh yeah.
And second one, fine.
Right. Okay. So you head back about 20 minutes. Takes about 20 minutes to get back to back to the camp. So you get back to camp just after dawn.
Yeah, after we pass without traces expired as well.
So Obald comes staggering back into camp, looking a little bit worse for wear.
Looking like shit.
Yeah.
Like a rough night out on the town.
I'll explain what I've seen, and I'll end it with, and if you go in any buildings, send in a load of napalm first.
Burn it to the ground.
Yes.
Kill it with fire.
Agent
Kill it with
Orange.
fire.
Place.
Yeah.
Now you know why there's
sticky.
no guards here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Let me see if I can patch up Obold a little bit. Where is it? Let's say, oh god, don't tell me I forgot to memorize Cure Wounds.
That was nearly half of my hits in just those 2 hits, Phil.
Oh, what?
What it?
Long rest.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah.
Just 2 points below half of my hits in 2 attacks.
Wow.
Sorry, where'd you do long rest? I forgot to do a long rest.
It's on. Go on.
It's on the top of the character sheet under hit dice, on the one I've got anyway.
Ah, yep. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay, that gives me my spell slots back.
Oh,
Oof. Sucky. Let's do another one. Do you want another one?
Yeah.
No worries. Do another level 1 because I can upcast. I save level 2 so I can always upcast stuff if I need to. What is going on here? Let's see what's happening. Nice. How's that? 18, that's 30 hit points of healing you just got.
30. Oh, that's coming back up to full.
Yeah, all
I missed
in.
one.
Yeah.
7, 11. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I missed the first one at 12. Apologies. But yeah, that's me back to full.
Cool.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
No worries. Right. So what do we want to do? I mean, a couple of us can't see in the dark. So,
it's well, it's getting light now anyway.
yeah, it is. So are we heading back in? Taking it slow and steady?
Yeah,
We know
we're
the
avoiding
first.
those buildings or going in buildings.
So we're aware, at least the first section, there's no guards, there's no obvious traps and stuff, so we should be able to at least reach the floor of the city without affecting too much.
Yeah.
I assume Obold also tells us about the graffiti.
Yeah, so I told you everything I've found. So I've given you the descriptions of the graffiti and stuff. I'm a bit confused by the nine temples though, because there's more than 9 that we've seen. Unless the bottom one's not classed as a temple, the first one that we've just got in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, they're 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there's that Colosseum at the top, and I thought this bottom one was supposed to be a temple as well, but it's not.
So, anyone know what the puzzle cubes are?
No.
I think frog monster is self-explanatory. If we spot a frog monster, we need to be, beware of it.
Mhm.
It is. Where's Unka? King of Feathers. I think we can all surmise is probably that god-awful
Rainbow
one.
Rex.
Yeah, Rainbow Rex. I like that. Rainbow Rex. The snakes are not what they seem. All right. I mean, we've met a lot of funky snakes recently. There's Yuanti, there's Naga, there's flying snakes, there's talking snakes. So yeah, fair dues. Kubazan bravery, Shagumbi equals wisdom, Moa equals. Can I cast comprehend languages as a ritual build and just see if Kubazan?
Well, use the helmet.
Oh yeah, of course. Who's got the helmet? Is Tacklin? Is that you?
Kid.
Yes, I do. I do have the talent. You can use it, of course.
So do these words actually mean what the
Uh,
graffiti says it means?
So yeah, the names don't read any different, or rather, the words don't read any different. So it must be a name.
And mower.
Same.
Okay. Okay.
Name of something or someone.
Right. Do you want me to cast? It'll be a 3rd level spell. Do you want me to cast Ascending to that dude whose name I always forget? Watanabe's
Wakanga.
Wakanga. Thank you. Wakanga, and say, stood on the edge of Omu. Do you know what the puzzle cubes are the key for? And who is Unka? Would help a lot. Something like that.
What's the response? 22. How many words is it?
25.
Oh, is it slightly more than the Twitter thing?
So it says any sign of Vaughn not heard of puzzle cubes. And what was the other thing?
Who is Unka? Oh, Unka.
Let's see. Would he know? History.
It's
I think Vaughn might be the
Golem.
V.
And Onk. He doesn't know.
Was Vaughn the golem his centre's looking for?
Yeah, he's the shield guardian.
Magical shield. Yeah. I weren't sure if it was the V for Vaughn was what was on the end of the signature for Eric Agron in Search of the Nine Shrines V. But if it was the shield guardian, then obviously not.
Oh, Vaughn. V-O-R-N.
Yeah.
So, Lou High,
One of
you
these
get
things.
you hear a voice in your head saying, "Have you secured the scales of the Naga?"
She's
Talking to
sliding
you
into
from
your
the house.
sliding into your DMs via the monkey sack.
Yeah, into your D&DMs.
I'll say no, we haven't.
Right, there's a pause. Says, "Why not?"
He knew what was about to happen, I think.
Right, slightly agitated voice says, "You must secure one of the scales."
They're nowhere near there now. We're at Ormu.
Right, you hear this sort of stifled, what you think is like a stifled scream. And then you can make a, let's see, a wisdom check.
Oh no. What wisdom roll?
A wisdom save.
Save, oh dear.
Oh, no, wisdom check. Sorry, not a wisdom save. What am I talking about?
Ability check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I can't see that. Okay, wrong screen. Okay. Ooh, right. Right. So you sense the like a pulse of energy coming from that monkey from your monkey scrotum. What are you doing?
Pulse of energy.
Yeah.
Was that an attack?
No, you feel like a pulse of energy coming from this thing.
I'll hold it up then.
Okay. Right. You hold it up, and it visibly throbs, and then there's a blinding flash, and a massive explosion centered on this thing.
Oh.
Engulfs everybody.
Oh, joy.
Lovely.
You could have just thrown him at Luai's forehead. Teabagged himself.
Right, you can make a dex save, everybody.
Oh, does our evasion come into this, Phil?
Remind me of it again. Quite possibly.
Features, evasion. Oh, I'll put it in there. There you go.
Oh
Put it
dear.
in the chat.
It's not good.
You got the same as me.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to type up exploding monkey sack. It's not easy.
Do we all see him holding this sack up? This
When you're
throbbing sack?
Well, not. Well, this is debatable. Maybe, maybe not. 711 instinct.
Is
Can I recall that aid, please, pretty please? Sugar on top.
When you are subject to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity save, essentially it does. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, can I re-roll my one, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
Danger self, uncanny door, things any by giving you an edge when you have advantage on dexterity saves against effects that you can see. So no, unfortunately, your danger sense would not work in that case.
A 1 to a 20.
It's good to have a halfling at the house, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, Tackling. I'll allow you to make a perception check to see if you did actually notice it.
Can Lazai roll an int check to notice that he should?
So no, unfortunately not.
Why is my monkey sack glowing?
So Orbald.
Yeah, starts rubbing it like a genie's lamp, and it starts glowing and then goes boom.
So Orbald failed, Cade failed, Luhai failed, Fafoot passed in the end. Just waiting on Tackling.
It did 10 fail.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Even 14 failed. I had 14.
Yeah, 14 fails as well. Yeah. Oh wow. It did.
Exploding monkey sack.
14 failed as well. Only just, but it did fail.
Incredible.
Where are we? Right, so everybody who failed takes 18 points of explosive damage, and everybody who made the save takes 9 as you manage to like throw yourself out of the way.
Nanny Poo Poo's going to be Nanny Dead.
Dying.
I've not even had my morning shit yet. We're already flying explosives.
Everyone got teabagged all at once.
Yeah, so yeah, late. So Luhai stood like still as the smoke clears. Luhai still stood there holding a smoking monkey sack.
spots all over him and just the shape of the cutout of the testicles on his forehead.
Well, that happened.
Oh,
A little
man.
old hag.
I told you she was. I mean, oh god.
No more furious masturbating.
You just punched a hole through her like every other old person you come across.
I suppose Lazar should just be grateful it wasn't set in his pocket next to his own balls. For the record.
Oh
But
dear.
This
if you like it,
reinforces Lou High's view of euthanasia for old people.
I'm starting to come round, to be honest.
Okay. Fuka sets to work. How much am I need? It's like, what was it? 18 was it?
Yeah,
I think
18.
It was 9.
9 if you saved, 18 if you didn't save.
Okay, right.
So the only people that saved was for Fook and tackling.
Right.
But me and Lou High only take 9 anyway because of that evasion.
Okay.
So it nearly killed Cade, I think.
Kind of, yeah.
Death by monkey balls.
Suck my giant exploding monkey balls.
Okay, so that's Cade. That's the level. Why? Sorry, I'm struggling with my sheet to get things out of the way. Right, so this one's Cade. Wow, that is a
Cheers.
terrible roll.
No, I take that. Thank you.
No, I was a 3rd level bloody gear spell. That's what I mean. God.
Listen, you need to do better for your god. You know, this is unacceptable.
I think it likes poking fun at me. I think that's what it bloody is.
It's about
Right.
bang average, to be fair.
Yes. Oh God. Right. Next one is for who else took full damage? Nobody. It's just Cade, wasn't it?
Just Cade.
Yeah.
Okay, Cade, you get the next one.
No, don't waste one more on me. That's enough. I'm close to where I should
Well, in
be,
that
but-
case, who wants full hit points then? Give it to Obold. Obold, you're back up to full.
I'd give it to Lou High. So I think he's on. I mean, for characters, I think he's got less hit points than me.
Maybe you've been injured though, haven't you? Already.
Yeah, but I will put back up to full, and I've only taken 9
I forgot
from
about
that. So I think it's better going to you.
Okay, next one, I'll do Tackling. This one's yours.
I'm fine, mate. Don't waste it. Don't waste it on me.
Right, you've got 10 back. That should pop you nicely onto full.
Thank you.
Unless you're dodging me. I'm running around clearing, trying to.
Look, just take my fucking heel.
Back off! Keep your trickery god to yourself. Stop god bothering
Everyone
me.
else is running around going, "Stop touching me! Stop touching me!"
Right.
Okay, so after that, you make it down to this ruined guardhouse that Obold told you about.
Yeah, cool. I'm just sorting out my spell slots. This ending one.
I'll throw that ruined monkey sack away then, Phil.
Okay.
If they didn't know we were here before, they definitely do now. After we sent up that massive signal flare.
So was it? It wasn't sonic damage.
No, it was. Yeah. So it was.
It did make a noise.
Not much of one, to be honest. No, it was quite. It made a noise, but not loud.
But the explosion would have been able to be seen, I would imagine.
Well, possibly.
Since we're higher up, near the top of the stairs.
Possibly.
Well, as long as we proceed cautiously and get a nice long rest this evening, we should be fine.
So yeah. So you can travel at a cautious speed, which is like say about 200 feet every 5 minutes, or if you're going to just like throw caution to the wind, you can go at 200 feet per minute, because it's like I say, it's still the density of the ruins debris and the density of the undergrowth is slows you, makes
Well,
travelling quite sort of difficult.
I'd suggest a cautious speed, and I'll give them obviously the description of them vines that attacked me.
Can I make a
So we try
suggestion?
and keep an eye out for them. What?
The alchemy drug. Can we ask it for like weed killer?
No.
Probably
Try
acid.
it.
We can get 8 pints of acid.
Yeah, but that won't be enough to do much. And you'd have to spread it by hand without burning yourself.
Might be good in a pinch, just to bucket it, whatever we can throw at it.
We could have Kate fly overhead with the alchemy jug and sprinkle all the acid out of it in a pathway ahead of us.
Like a crop sprayer.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Then I'll just set acid into the alchemy jug just in case.
Okay, and it fills with acid.
8 pints of acid.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I
Of
think
course.
we just scoop it out and throw him at it. Throw handfuls with his new arm.
What, with bony fingers? He'll just go through his fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget there's no, it's a jug. There's no lid on it either.
Yeah.
Okay, then knowing that, I'll not do that, and I'll
Oh,
wait until
okay, fair enough.
we can use it.
Right, so I think if everyone agrees, we should proceed cautiously.
What are we aiming for?
Yep, where you heading to?
Guardhouse. Admire the graffiti. See if we can spot any more.
So yeah, you're at the guardhouse at the moment. We'll use Can everybody see Obol's? Oh, presumably everybody can see Obol's token because everybody can see on the map.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll use Obol's token as the party token for now. So yeah, you're at this ruined guardhouse, but you look around, but you don't find anything in addition to what Obol reported.
Okay, well, I mean, we spotted 9 temples, and some of the Greek. There's talk about 9 shrines, and I don't know what puzzle cubes are, and neither does Wakanga. Do we want to go to the 10 shrines? Just slowly proceed, go shrine by shrine, and just see what happens, or do you want to head to where we suspect the Yuan-Ti are, where we spotted one, which was the massive temple on the other side?
Oh, one of those temples, or at least 2 of them, have got either the Chilton tribe nearby, and the other one's got the Rainbow Rex nearby, I think, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
One's underwater. 2, sorry, they're underwater.
Well, there's 2 quite close, isn't there?
Yeah. And there's a 3rd one if you want to try and jump across that massive pit of lava.
That just looks
And
tempting.
Just cast Featherfall. Just so you float down even slower. Contemplate getting all the water in your body vaporized all at once.
So do we want to skirt the cliff edge and go to the one that's closest to the cliff on the left, and then just see what we can see? If something interesting happens, that means that we should visit more shrines, and great. If not, we just proceed across the city and head towards the big ass temple, because that's probably where ground zero is.
What's the total called? I forgot his name.
Mudgrow.
He said that his last team got attacked on the elevated road, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
they? So we stay away from the elevated road.
Well, we'll need to cross it at some point, but
Do we?
not travel up it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so
I see what you're saying. Yeah, to get across. Yeah, I didn't realise the little stairs leading up to it, but yeah, don't travel on it.
Don't travel on it, just go across it when we need to.
Yeah, I mean the one advantage of that is that your travel would be quicker on it because it's raised up. It's still like overgrown slightly, but yeah, that's it is much clearer. So it does allow the one thing it does allow is much faster, slightly faster travel.
Yeah. Can either try the temple on the left or the temple on the right then, because I think it'd just take us the same amount of time to get to either one.
So one on the left.
I say one on the left too.
One that's butted up against the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do that then, Phil. Make his way cautiously up to that one that's on the.
Okay.
Well,
Do you just want to draw a line? Just draw a line on the general route you're going to take?
Yeah.
Do we know if we can get down the side here, Phil? Or is that like embedded into the wall?
You're going to draw it with a pen, Kieran? Oh, you have.
Yeah,
Very
I'm
good.
good.
Yeah, very good. You what? Sorry, Dan.
Can we go into that bit of the cliff there?
You can get right. No, it doesn't block it off. No, you can get around the edge of the
Cool.
compass.
Oh, right.
What were you saying, Dan?
That's all. That's exactly what I was asking.
All right. Okay.
Like that.
So yeah, you head down this way, bypassing these ruined buildings, and approaching this walled compound on your way to towards this what you presume is one of these temples. As you're approaching this, as you get about here, you're approaching this walled compound. You can see smoke lazily drifting up from inside this compound. And you can smell like burning wood, but also something less pleasant. Smells like burning flesh.
Ooh, barbecue.
Cannibals.
No, well, cooking humans apparently smells just like cooking pork. That's why humans are called long pigs by the cannibals. Smells like bacon.
Which cannibals?
Can we peer over the compound wall? See who's
No,
there?
the wall's too high. You can climb.
Each other's shoulders.
You can climb. You can climb. Probably quite easily climb to the top of it. But you can't just peer over it. It's probably about 15 foot high.
Someone dexterous want to go up and take a look?
But it's the state that it's in. It'd be quite easy to unless you're put having to do it at speed under pressure. Then it'd be easy to climb up. There's no need for a climb roll.
Cool. I suppose we all climb up. Oh well, if you guys want to, or we just ignore it. What do you guys want to do? Take a look. Yeah, take a look. We do a slow climb, cautiously, and peer over the top, see what we can see.
Okay. So from the top of the wall, presumably about here, you can see into this compound, in this wall compound. Like I said, there's several buildings, all in this general state of decay and overgrown. Although it looks like a lot, at least one of the buildings has been the vegetation has been cleared out, and the courtyard has been generally cleared, almost completely cleared as well. You can see some wooden gates to the east side of the compound that look quite new, but they've been smashed open and they're lying in splinters on the floor.
Inwards or outwards?
Inwards. Scorch marks covering some of the buildings, and near the centre of the compound in this plaza, it's littered with charred human corpses. Oh, you can see there's a pack of wild dogs currently tearing one of the corpses apart.
I mean, this couldn't have happened while we were camping. We'd have heard it. So this might have happened before we arrived. We're seeing the aftermath.
I think so.
I mean, we were literally right above the cliff edge there, weren't we? We'd have seen it.
So, well, your camp was back here. So when you were on the cliff edge, that was further north.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What I meant was it happened between us scouting and camping. So in other words, it happened like last night, effectively.
Like it can't have happened too long ago, no.
We see who could have perpetrated a mini massacre.
There's no sign of anybody. Yeah, like there's just corpses and this pack of dogs. You can all make perception checks, though. People that have climbed up onto the wall, at least.
Hmm.
20.
Hell.
Is that the only people that's climbed up? Oh, no.
I think we're being distracted by the pack of dogs.
Definitely distracted by the pack of dogs. I like dogs.
Tackling not rolling? Or did he not climb up?
No, I'm not climbing up.
Right,
Keep
okay.
an eye on the dog.
Okay, so Orbold and Lu Hai. You sort of just almost sort of drowned out by the snarling of this pack of dogs that are like fighting over this tearing at this corpse, this pre-cooked corpse. You hear you pick out a distinct sound of somebody plucking on the strings of a lute.
Ooh.
Ugh. Joy.
Somewhere inside the compound.
Sounds like our looty friend again.
Yeah. Sounds like cuckoos in there. Do we want to go in and
They
find
might
out
not.
why he's in there, or
It might not really be in there.
yeah?
Looks like these people might have been Dyson fireballed.
Yeah. If one of these places has been cleared, I would imagine it's because maybe the party that was here a couple of weeks ago that came in and cleared it as somewhere to camp. And then Dyson decided to take it for himself and Cuckoo.
Do we want to just carry on? Take a look at the temple?
Yeah.
Yeah,
carry
for a
on.
moment.
Okay, so you climb back down then and carrying on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Radio. So you climb back down the wall and carry on, sort of following around the outside of the compound. As you do, you can the sounds of somebody plucking on the lute becomes more apparent, and then then it starts fading, and then as you pass and walk beyond the compound, it starts to fade in volume. Ahead of you, you can see a rectangular pool of murky water that stretches before a vine-draped shrine. Rope bridges that once spanned the water float on the surface, tangled with other debris. The shards of a toppled monolith form stepping stones to the middle of the pool, where a statue of a stone frog rises from the water. Let me see. We've got a. Where are we?
This is the frog monster he's on about.
Mm-hmm.
There we are. Let's see. Oops. If it's paused. Just 1 second. Oops, let's see. Yeah, right, okay. No, actually, I'm going to come from this way.
Thanks, right?
It's all gone grey full.
Yeah, it'll be loading up. Might take a moment.
46%.
I can see it.
Yep. Have it.
Okay.
Yep.
Everybody see it? Yeah, everybody see it? Yep. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll repeat again. So since it makes more sense now. So a rectangular pool of murky water stretches before this vine-draped shrine. Rope bridges that once spanned the water float on the surface, tangled with other debris. The shards of a toppled monolith form stepping stones for the middle of the pool, where a statue of a stone frog rises above the water. This is supposed to be. I don't know why that looked like a face. I think this is supposed to be the statue it's talking about. Looks,
Alright.
I'm not sure what
The one
that's.
that looks like
A face.
the one that looks like an emoji.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a frog at all, does it? On the map.
The great frog monster emoji.
But...
What do we want to do?
I think we should investigate the statue in the middle.
How deep is the water, Phil?
You can go to the edge and have a look if you like.
Nah.
I'm staying well away from the edge.
Is that a no?
That was too obvious, Phil.
So
Nice try, but
you
no.
can't from here you
I
can't.
know you. I know you. No.
My previous life called and said never go near the edge of a pool.
I look around my companions and I ask, I'm looking for a volunteer. Anyone?
Yeah,
I'll do it.
yeah.
Wait. Let's try a couple of things first. First thing first is cast a minor illusion. Oops, what happened there? Minor illusion just there. Oop. That looks like a Fafook. A small version of Fafook, but Fafook just pops up in the middle of the pond. And then Fafook casts minor illusion again, but this time it sounds like sound, like Fafook just burbling away random shit to himself, but it's emanating from the little version of himself next to the statue, like
Okay.
on the like he stood on the water.
I like to do something as well. See.
Okay.
I like to cast Mage Hand. With my new feet, it's 60 feet,
Uh-huh.
for me. I like to, manipulate the water like a child plays, when you put your
Oh,
hand
nice touch.
in the water and, you are doing this rowing movement and that kind of. So I'm just trying to find out if there is any reaction or any nastiness or anything like that from a very, very safe distance, okay?
Okay. So what, you're doing that in the same place as for Fuchs Illusion?
Yes, let's
Right.
do it, yeah.
And I can even use thaumaturgy to make the ground like tremor slightly for a minute. So if like the mage hand, we're just like trying to make it appear that there's like a little person there and it's like tapping the water or whatever. Lure any big things with teeth to come up.
Okay, right. So you think you see a bit of a small disturbance in the water, and then suddenly there's like like sudden spray of water as this thing bursts up from the surface underneath this illusionary version of Fafuk.
Holy
What is it? Is it a fish? Is it dinner?
So it looks
It's
it looks a
huge.
bit like a humongous frog type creature. It's got eyes on it's got eyes on stalks on the top of its head. It's got a wide mouth lined with teeth, and it's got tentacles. It's like several tentacles on its torso.
Mm.
So it kind of comes up for beneath this illusion for Fook with its mouth gaping wide open and like leaps up and swallows what would have been what
Fafuk.
yeah.
Well, thank fuck for
Oh.
that.
I just had an image come across my eyes of dragging someone down into the depths and ripping him to pieces.
Not me. Not me.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so do we need to do anything with this creature? It just came up and then went away again, right?
It's well, it came burst at the surface and it's kind of sat there at a minute.
Looking thoroughly unfulfilled.
Mm,
Oh man.
Load crossbow, open fire.
so it looks around and then like disappears back beneath the surface.
Okay, so it just hung around for like a few seconds and dropped.
Well,
Well, do we like skirt the edge of this pool and head into the temple complex and hope this thing doesn't follow us, or do we try and kill this random frog behemoth thing?
I'd rather avoid it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd stay about 15 feet away from the edge of the pool.
but don't we wanna inspect that statue in the middle of the water?
Oh,
right,
yeah.
suddenly there's this like spray of water, like water sprays all over you all as this thing suddenly pops up at the edge of the pool, grasping at all the sides, and it attacks.
Oh.
Well, we wanted to leave him alive, and now you wanna kill him. Bad, bad.
Round one. Can I call it frog monster?
You can
Or do you
call it
want to
Frog
give it
Monster if you
a
like.
name?
Yeah, by all means, call it Frog Monster.
Frogzilla.
Oh,
Frogzilla.
that's better. Frogzilla's way better. Frogzilla round one. Oh, sweet Jesus. And it goes before me.
Okay, so first to act is Luhai.
Hmm.
Throw your
This is
monkey
why.
sack at it.
This is why I wanted a bow ages ago. Uh,
Are those people it's got wrapped up in his tentacles?
Yeah, in the picture, yeah.
More and more hentai.
I'll just do a dodge action, Phil.
I'm going to do a dodge action. Okay. You're staying where you are? Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm beginning combat. So next track then is Obald.
I will. I'll move there. And I will do. I'll do an attack with a spear.
Okay.
Oh, we would have shot it with a crossbow.
No.
Okay, right. Your attack is deflected by its rubbery hide.
I'll try again then.
Oh,
Oh my god.
it's,
Well, I'll
stellar
do
rolling.
me
it's one of those days.
last normal attack. Oh my god.
Doesn't hit for 13.
No,
I don't think that's a hit, Phil.
which
Right.
isn't. No.
I'm gonna nope this way then. That's what I'm doing, Phil.
Okay. Oops. Right. Okay.
Actually, one more. I've got 5 feet left to move.
um. 50-50, I reckon. Okay. Right. It seems to be interested in you, and it follows. It comes.
No,
It swims along to here, and then it
Hentais you to death.
so it opens its mouth, and a taste like huge sticky tongue flicks out, and you will have to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, another one to fail.
What's it, automatic hit?
Yeah, it's oh my god. Okay, right, this huge sticky tongue like hits you and just yeah, sort of it sticks onto you and grabs you, and it drags you right up to it, and then it sort of like lunges forward and attempts to engulf you with this huge mouth.
Wow. This is like, this went bad so
Oh, it's a 20.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right. Okay. Bloody hell. Right. Okay. Oh my God. So that's. So you take 30 points of piercing damage as it bites you and swallows you.
Whoa!
That's a Constitution save, isn't it?
Have you taken 50% of your hits or more?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That just rolled up a 3. Okay, right. You find yourself inside its stomach. You are blinded and restrained. But on the plus side, you have total cover against attacks.
Oh, joy.
Right, you can like there's like fluid, this foul, stinking fluid all around you, and you can feel it burning your skin.
Sweet Jesus.
Right, so it's the same. Bonus thing, and right, and let's see. Yeah, and so let's just make Obol disappear. Thing, and then it sort of swims over here a bit, and then lashes out with 2 of its tentacles. One straight aimed squarely at Fafouk. Oh, strikes him, hits him with a tentacle. And you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. It's a big hitter.
Oh,
And
21, did you say?
yeah, 21 points of bludgeoning damage, and it wraps the tentacle around you, grappling you.
I think I'm updating the wrong part of my sheet. Just give me a second. 29.
Right, and it whips out its another tentacle towards tackling. Where are we? Right, sort of hitting him as well. Wrapping it hits you for, oh my god, 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and grapples you.
Wow. Anything else, Phil? Or are you done?
Yep, we're done. So next, that was it. So next to act is for Fook.
I got some really weird options here. Like really weird. If I polymorph this beast, will Obol get polymorphed as well?
I was gonna do the same.
If it puts him in a space that's bigger than he would be contained, it is forced out of that space.
He will just reappear. That was my thought as well.
So,
Right,
for argument's sake, if you turned it into a bunny rabbit, then Obold would be expelled from it.
It's our
it
soul.
wouldn't. It wouldn't. It wouldn't damage
No,
the bunny expelling Obold.
no.
Right. Next
It would
question.
just can't occupy the same space, so it just magically pushed out.
Next question. If I banish this creature, would
Then
Obol go with it?
yes.
So while there, the target is incapacitated until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space it left when the nearest unoccupied space. So my question is, if it's incapacitated on another plane with Obold stuck inside, can Obold just crawl himself out? And would he then be stuck? Because he's not the target of my spell.
So he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be affected by it. So he wouldn't be incapacitated. He wouldn't be able to crawl out, but he would be able to. He would be able to attack it with advantage because it's incapacitated. Weirdly.
Now, my next question is, would Fafuk be able to think through this while grappled by a massive creature is the question.
That's a good question.
Fafuk's going to flip a coin, and we shall let the gods lie. So 10 and higher, you get banished.
So
Ah, so disappointed. Right, polymorph it is.
Does that banish only work if it's from another plane, though?
No,
No.
it will if it's from another plane and you manage to keep it away for a minute, as in maintain concentration, it is then back on its own plane. So it doesn't come back. Hang on, why is this thing not firing off? Sorry, just give me a second. Polymorph, any beast, 4th level. It's not giving me the cast option I've got. Sorry guys, usually there's like a button that you can just press and it says stand. Oh, hang on. I don't want that one. I want.
I'm going to put the restrain marker on. It's not restrained, but there doesn't seem to be one for grapple for some reason.
Sorry, right, so I'm casting polymorph at this bad boy. And it's a DC 15 wisdom save.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting.
And I'm attempting to turn it into a large goldfish, so it plops back into the water.
So no one can say the transformation lasts for duration. New form can be any beast whose challenge rate is equal to or less than the target or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge. Target's game statistics, including mental ability, are replaced by target assumes hit points of its new form. When it reverts to normal form, the creature returns to normal hit point beforehand. Target's game melds into the new form. The creature can't activate, use, wield, or. Okay, so nothing happens.
Shit. Fafuk goes, it didn't work. I tried to polymorph it, it didn't work. And then, anyway, how do I try to escape? Is that like an action thing?
It is an action, yeah.
He flails about ineffectually trying to get the tentacle off himself. Right, that's me done.
Okay.
Hugging the tentacle down for Fook.
Rubbing up against it inappropriately.
It looks like it's trying to escape.
Oh, help! Help!
Save me.
So next to act is tackling. It's currently grappled by this tentacle.
I will. It's like a contest of strength for grapple, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a strength saving throw.
Yep, let's do that first then. That would take my action one to.
Oh, is it strength saving throw? Or is it a strength ability check? Let me just check. I can't remember. I'm saying saving throw without any level of authority whatsoever.
I'll have a contested ability check.
Grapple. Grapple. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, you can contest it with either athletics or acrobatics.
Oh,
Athletics it is.
I could have used acrobatics previously then.
All right. Okay, right. You strain against the tentacle, but to no avail.
Oh, that's me done.
Any bonus actions?
None that I could use at the minute now.
Rage.
No, because I didn't actually take damage or attack anything, hit anything that it drops, so it'd be a waste of time.
You didn't take damage getting hit by the tentacle. I took 21 points.
No, it means if he doesn't continue to take damage, it'll just drop again.
Before the end of my next turn.
Or if you deal damage.
Or if I deal damage, yeah. So I've either got to take it or deal it.
Okay, fair dues.
There is combat wild shape, but
You could turn into something really small.
no, it don't break. I've just quickly checked that.
Okay.
No, that's it. There's nothing else I can do at this moment in time. It's completely
Okay,
silenced me
so
from
next and last to act this round is Cade.
So I look at Fufuk and shout, this is how you do polymorph. I cast polymorph and I give my divination roll of 9 to
Oh,
the
you
monster.
tricky little heart.
This is the way to do it, as I told you. And the DC is 15, so unless he got a +6 modifier, it's very unlikely that he's gonna make it.
Okay. So you're giving him a roll of what? Sorry,
9.
9. Okay, no, he fails. Only just though. Only just.
Idios, it's a wisdom save, isn't it?
It is a wisdom save, yeah.
Creatures have some seriously weird stats.
Okay, and I actually not gonna change him or her to fish or anything. Fuck that. No, he's gonna be a rabbit in the water.
Okay.
Good luck. And after this, as a bonus action, I'm gonna now he got his new stat block, so his strength is significantly lower than used to be. So I'm using my telekinetic power, and I'm gonna push him inside the pool, 5 feet. So he needs to do a strength saving throw against 15. Good luck.
Sorry, you're pushing it in underwater.
Not underwater, in towards the statue.
Oh, right. So you're just pushing it into the water.
5 feet in a direction.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
rabbit.
if he fails this, I mean, he has a saving throw.
So it plop it suddenly disappears, and there's a rabbit, small rabbit. It's a bit smaller than this. Small rabbit in its place, and it just plops into the water and feebly tries to swim and quickly goes under. Appearing in the water is Obold.
I assume we get the tentacles go poof as well.
Yes, they do. Yes, so you're no longer restrained.
And I cannot keep my mouth shut, so I just keep, polishing myself. It's good to have a wizard at home, isn't it? And I'm done.
I just tell him off for not doing it fucking sooner.
Well, that's it.
Good one. I like it.
So
Drowning damage.
yeah, it's going to drown, and it's going to bring it back quite quick.
No, rabbits can swim. They swim bloody well.
Well, we shall
I
give it.
just worry is there's something else with teeth in the water. That's going to cause us problems.
So get out from the water, my friend.
Well, that's what I'm going to do.
So yeah,
Get onto
new
the
reset
island.
initiatives. Roll for initiative, and
Holy shit. I roll a 20, and I'm still behind. Incredible.
okay. So first to act that round is Lu Hai.
I can't do anything.
Okay, that it.
I'm just going to dodge again then, Phil.
Okay, next to act is for Fook.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do now. I'll run forward and stick a hand down to try and drag Obold out the water. And that's it.
What time is it? Okay, so you're going to like a system gain out. Fair enough.
Yeah, I just lie down and reach down and gonna give him a handout.
Okay, so next track then is Cade.
Okay, so Cade, he has a bonus action pushing Obold towards the edge of the pool. And
Okay,
I shout at him, don't resist. So he can fail the saving throw if he is willing to.
you're going to fail the roll.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
he moves 5 feet towards. That is, I shout encouragement, come on, climb out. And I'm done.
Okay, next is this thing. So this the rabbit attempts to swim. Let's see, is it going to manage it? Where are we? Athletics. It doesn't. It sort of struggles and tries to feebly swims towards one of these lumps of broken monolith, and almost scrabbles up and then just sinks below the surface.
How long it can hold its breath for.
Right, next is Obold.
Oh, I'm scrambling.
So yeah, you get out automatically.
Then I'm legging it.
We are getting marinated rabbit. Nice.
Where are you running from? If you want to run off, I mean, I know there's a wall around this, so if you're wanting to run away, further away from the thing, then that's fine.
There you go.
As instead of like around the edge of the pool. So, like I say, you can move away from it instead of around the edge if you want.
I think it's got a reach of 15 on it, but looks of it.
Of course, if you want to run around the edge, just run around the edge of the pool. That's fine. But I'm just saying, you can move away rather than around.
Mm-hmm.
Mo?
I'm going in a certain direction.
Okay, fair enough.
But I can only move in normal movement. I'm assuming it's an action to get out of there, and then an action that I use.
No, because you got your help, so I'll let you get out free. It weren't hard to get out.
Oh, okay. Hang on then.
Plus, it would have been part of movement anyway.
There you go.
Okay, there's a T-Rex around the corner.
Good. Eat good.
Rainbow Rex is just like poking his head round the corner.
Yeah, you run straight into his mouth. Right, next and last to act this round is tackling.
Seen Obold run north, I'd run north as well. Not really doing much else. No, sorry. 35.
Yeah, you can double move. He dashes in the yellow.
Yeah, okay. So that would be 35 to there. And then I'd cautiously just scope out what I see up here. 15. 30, 35. And that would be me done. Thank you.
Okay, so reset initiatives. Okay, first start this round is Luhai.
And moving. Move up there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, next to act is for Fook.
Can I see the rabbit?
No. The water is like it's like muddy. It's clouded with mud and algae.
So in 6 seconds, it went from swimming to gone. Okay. Fuke says, shit. Says to Kate, come on, let's get out of here. Oh, fuck off. I'm trying to move. Um, 20. Tries to stay low in case it suddenly appears back again.
Okay.
Oh, cast Mage Hand.
Okay. To do what?
It lasts a minute, no concentration, and I have it drift over the pool. If I see the bunny, I'll try and lift it up using the Mage Hand out the water,
Okay.
trying to make it last longer.
Okay.
It takes 7 rounds before it drowns. Even if the concentration is low, it takes like a couple of rounds minimum, isn't it? What is the drowning rule?
I'm just going to double check, to be honest.
It's something weird, like a minute for every constitution point you have.
Yeah, even if you are tiny like a rabbit, you won't drown in 6 seconds. It takes a minute or something, or maybe even longer.
Standard suffocation, 1 plus number of minutes equal to 1 plus constitution modifier, minimum 30 seconds. So that's 5 rounds at the minimum.
It won't turn back for 5 rounds minimum, maybe even longer.
So if it suddenly bobbles up to the surface while struggling,
Okay, so
I'll try and grab it with the Mage Hand.
right. So next to act is it. Let's see.
Does it bobble up?
We're going to see. It's going to make an
Hey,
another athletics check.
As a target assumes the hit points of its new form.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, it suddenly bursts to the surface and scrambles out onto this rock.
Hey, well done. Could I grab a rabbit with Mage Hand?
I would have thought so. Yeah. It's what's the weight limit of the mage hand again?
10
pounds.
pounds.
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not trying to abuse the spell. It's just you can't attack with Mage Hand, and I'm assuming you'd have to make some kind
Right.
of.
Yes. In which case, no. Then.
Yeah. Okay. Fair dues.
I was going to say, can't you yeet it?
Yeah,
Just pick it up
Just
and
be able
just
to-
yeet it off the map.
So just be able to kill it with one shot if it's assumes its HP is that of the new
but
form.
when it dies, it resumes its old form with its the hit points it had before it was transformed.
Yes,
And
you
it
do
dies.
1 hit point. You do 1 hit point damage to that rabbit, and you're dealing with a Frogzilla again.
What's the duration of your polymorph, Cade?
Hour.
The duration, it's a minute, I believe.
No,
1
it's
sec.
an hour.
Uh.
Should polymorph's an hour.
Yeah, concentration up to an hour. Sorry, 1 hour.
So is that concentration, presumably?
Yes.
Yes,
Where-
from me,
where-
not from the monster.
No, no. Exhausted. Right.
It's a pity you can't pick it up yourself and then just throw it, run up the causeway and throw it towards Rainbow Rex and then leg it back.
I got a better idea. We toss it into the compound with fucking what's its face
Oh yeah.
over the wall. Just yeet it over the wall.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So next to act is Cade.
Cade is rapidly retreating. 220. Somewhere here. Actually, no, I do double movement.
That's actually not a bad idea.
What's that?
Grab it and lob it over the wall for the compound.
So,
you fucking grab it.
and,
I'm not going near that thing.
I'm doing nothing else. I'm encouraging Fufuk to run with me. Come on, faster. Pick up your little legs. Come on.
Do you have to maintain line of sight to it?
No.
No.
No. Okay. I didn't think so, but I'm just checking. Okay. So next to act then is Obold. Well, in fact, I think we can, unless we'll end combat actually there, because unless Cade loses his concentration, it's going to be okay for the moment. So yeah,
I'm going to do exactly what Fafuk suggested, to be honest, Phil.
what's that?
Run down, try and grab it.
Okay.
Oh,
Why are you doing that?
he wants to toss it. He wants to use it like a fucking hand grenade against.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm going to yeet it over the wall into the compound. And then Cuckoo could have a conversation with it when it hits the floor and goes splat.
Okay. So how are you going to get? So these here the rope bridges that are just like, well, the remains of rope bridges that are just floating on the water.
Well, that's going to be sat on that thing, isn't it? It's not going to be trying to swim away. So
Well, it's a rabbit.
Oh.
It's got the intelligence of a rabbit as well now. So
Hey, can Tacklin befriend it as a druid?
I'm just thinking same actually.
It's like, hey, buddy, could you
I'd
do
move
us
my
a
way
big
down here,
favor?
Phil. Move my way down there,
uh-huh.
and then just jump across
And
onto
then
the bit of the monolith. That
jump
it's
on its head.
No, not
Damn
on its
it.
head, Phil. I'd make sure I jump across, not hitting it, and then
Oh.
just pick it up by the scruff of its neck.
Okay, so you can make that'll. So yeah, I want an athletics or an acrobatics check then to land safely on there. Oh, I'll let you have that. A really bad roll, but it's within reason, I suppose. Yeah. So you jump across there.
Yeah, then I'll pick it up. And then just
Okay,
jump back
right.
across.
It's gonna take. You're gonna have to grab it. So you're gonna have to. So it will be be Dex versus Dex, I guess.
Oh, joy. Ability check.
Yeah. No, it really easily avoids you, and let's see. So it's gonna jump. So it jumps and lands in the water over here. Tries to jump onto them planks of wood and just like plops into the water.
I'll just move back across to here then, and get onto the planks of water there.
Okay. So the first bit is some stone steps.
Yeah. So I'll get onto the stone steps and see if I can grab it from the water.
Okay. So that's going to be that's another action next time. We're not in combat, are we? So yeah,
No.
yeah, we're not.
Say
Yeah,
he's got multiple
yeah,
attacks.
we're not. Yeah, we're not in combat. So go on then.
Athletics.
Yeah, yeah.
I assume the rest of the party know what Obold's trying to do now, so
Well.
I'll try and sort of maybe help herd it. Actually, it might try.
Okay, right. It tries to duck between your legs, but you manage to grab it by the scruff of its neck.
And I'm gonna leg it as fast as possible towards that compound, Phil.
Okay.
To the eastern wall of it.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as I'm near it,
to Obold as he goes by.
As soon as I'm near it,
yeah,
I'm just gonna give it a swift punch and lob it.
Okay.
At the same time.
Right. Can you make a strength hit roll then? Yeah, just a hit, just a like improvised weapon roll. Just throw it.
Oh, you mean just to throw it?
Yeah, to throw it. Yeah, yeah.
I'd climb to the top of the wall, buddy.
Oh my
God!
No, just climb to the top of the wall first. No, doesn't it mean he misses, Phil?
Yeah, he punched it first.
I've punched it first, though. Well, I was punching it and throwing it at the same
Punched
time.
it.
So that wasn't a hit roll then. Sorry, I'm confused. Wasn't that the hit roll?
No, that was to throw it.
Throw roll.
Oh, don't you? Oh, okay, so you're not rolling. Isn't he supposed to roll to hit it first?
Well, he kind of had hold of it. So, well.
Yeah, but it's not automatic though, is it?
You get advantage because it's grappled.
Go on, you can roll an advantage attack against it then.
You should have just thrown it over there. It was. It would attack.
Yeah,
Would attack
I
it
did
anyway.
wonder what you were doing. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. But
Go on, I'll let you.
look,
Yeah, go on. Well, you can throw it instead if you want, but yeah,
Yeah.
so you miss anyway.
Right.
Punching the rabbit and
So well, you could not. I'll let you throw it. Just throw it if you want. I mean, I did wonder what you did. Just punching it
Yeah,
before you throw it.
I'll just throw it then, Phil.
So,
by
but
my luck, it wouldn't take a point of damage when it landed. And wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. But
there
Are
was,
you climbing to the top of the wall and throwing it? Are you climbing up and throwing, or are you? Because I mean that's 15 foot, so you're gonna toss it from 15.
Can I climb? Can I climb while I'm holding it? Phil?
you would need a climb check.
Yeah, I'm not going to be very good at that, so I think I'd just yeet it over the wall.
Go on then.
That's
Gotta
what
come
I'll
down.
do.
Coming down from 15 foot, and it's not a cat, so hopefully it'll land on its head.
Yeah, because we heard the noise. The loot was louder near this bottom corner, wasn't it, on the east
Yeah.
side? So that's where I'm lobbing it over there. And then I'll just listen to see what happens afterwards.
Okay then. Go on. You still need to lob it. Oh, you're keeping that original roll. Oh my god! Again.
I got it slightly better.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
So you're like, yeah, yeet it straight at the wall, and it thuds, hits the wall with a sickening thud.
Run like hell.
While it's stunned, Phil. While it's stunned, I am running as fast as possible. All the way back to where I picked it up from.
Oh my god!
So,
Oh my god!
fucking dice hate.
Yeah, so it hits the wall with a sickening thud and sort of falls in a motionless 30 heap at the bottom of the wall, and
And
then
that's the last I ever see of it.
yeah,
Turn tail out.
you turn tail and run as you hear this sort of really sort of sickening ripping sound. Not that that's what actually happens because it just changes shape, by the way. Okay, so yeah, Obald comes piling back over.
And I'll say, run.
We run. We run.
Okay, so I shall give you at least a couple of rounds. So what are you doing?
I'm going straight towards the doors that I noticed up there with the temple.
Okay, what, straight across the water?
No, I can't run across water.
Well, we'd have been looking over the wall to see what Obald was doing, and so we watched him yeet the rabbit straight into the fucking wall and then turn and run back. So when he comes past, I'm like, were you trying to throw it over the wall?
My first round, I'll be moving that direction. God, it's taking a while.
That move there.
So everybody's got 2 rounds of movement, or 2 rounds.
Right, okay.
So dashing, that
Well-
gets me there, and then inside, out of sight of wherever that thing is.
Open the door.
Oh, it's locked.
Oh no.
Fafuk tries to pick the lock frantically.
Okay, what's somebody else doing? Kate Kate seems
I
oblivious.
like to help. I like to help with this pick the lock.
Sorry.
Spell for this.
Okay.
So I'm casting this spell.
Knock.
Yeah.
Tell shut by Monday.
like a foghorn telling everyone within 300 feet where we are.
Okay, so while you're doing that, so you stood at this. Let me see. I've got character select. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah. So it stood at this gate, this door, and carved into the lintel above the door is an inscription in Old Amuan.
Comprehend languages fast.
We'll put the helmet on.
Come on, Cade.
Yeah, I put the helmet on, but I cast knock first.
You're going to cast knock first. Knock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Fufuk said he is frantically trying to open the door. I have.
That is true. That is true.
But without looking that thing first. My first reaction was I'm casting knock. Let's see what happens, and I will.
Okay, right.
Shoot first, ask questions after.
While they're doing that, Phil, since he's struggling with a lock, I'm going this way.
Okay. What's tackling and you've moved? Have you two moved to your done your 2 rounds movement? Tackling and Luhai.
Yep, I moved north just to see what we're up here.
Okay.
Same here.
Right. Fair enough. Right. So yeah, for Fook, you're trying to pick the lock on here. Cade, you cast knock, and there's a click as the door unlocks. Does it actually open it? It just unlocks it, doesn't it? Unlocked, unstuck. It doesn't open, so it doesn't actually open it. No.
Yeah,
No, it just unlocks it.
Yeah. Okay, so
shout to Fufuk, the door is open now, the padlock.
right as the lock as the lock comes undone, there's a sudden magical discharge from the door, targeting for Fook. Make God, which is it save? I think it's a wisdom save. Let me just double check.
Oh, let him roll that saving rolls straight away.
God damn, where is it? Yeah, I think it's a wisdom save. Go ahead.
Give me a sec. It's me. Actions, attributes.
Oh, 'cause it's
Please be good. Please be good.
yeah, it is a wisdom save.
16.
16. That is So you feel briefly. You feel suddenly afraid, but it just it just passes.
Oh, thank God for that. Okay, we see the inscription and ask Kay to quickly decipher it.
I use the helmet.
Okay, right. So you use a helmet. Let's have a look. So, I'm looking at the wrong bit. It says, Kubazan urges us to tread without fear and to give back as much as we take. Right, suddenly he heard a loud splash in the water.
Back in.
Okay, are we going in, Cade?
Yeah, let's go in. We are here for adventure, isn't it?
Okay, we open the door, step inside, and shut the door behind ourselves. Oh, fuck off.
Inside? Boom. Right. Okay.
Shut.
Shutting the door. Right. So, let's see. So, you stood on a short flight of steps which descend to a ledge overlooking a pit of sharpened spikes. An alcove on the far wall holds a pedestal upon which is resting a bag that looks like it's full of sand.
I'm already suspicious.
A relief carved into the back of the alcove shows a monstrous frog with tentacles fighting a crane, as in the bird. Wooden,
like the Iblis type thing.
yeah. Wooden beams radiate from the walls at floor height, with 4-foot gaps between them. Carved frog heads extrude from the walls above the beams.
Right.
There's
I'm getting
also a dead a dead guy, a dead human, laid laid on the floor with a few of the spikes through his chest. He looks like he's been dead a few days.
So I'm remembering Inscription. Beware the frog monster. Could these be the fangs of Rust in the Sea? Kubazan equals bravery. Shigambi equals wisdom. Sorry, what was the inscription again? It was something that Kubazan says to tread without fear and to leave something behind.
So where are we? It said, Kubazan urges us to tread without fear and to give back as much as we take. Right. So what's hold on a minute. So what's Obald, Tackling, and Luhai doing? So you three are all around the back of the building.
Do we see any way in?
There's no sign of Fook and Cade.
I'll keep an eye out down
No windows around here.
towards those, down towards the south, Phil, from where I am. I'll actually move into the corner there, load my crossbow, and I'll use abilities. So, cost chi point.
So yeah, sorry. So what are you doing? You're Obald, you keep an eye out down there. What's Tackling and Luhai doing?
Regrouping with a view to finding Luhai and Cade.
Uh-huh.
How come I can see through there?
There's a wall missing then.
Good question.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know. You shouldn't be able to see through there. Must have like pushed. You must be a wall. Must be a gap in the wall that shouldn't be there.
Right.
That's my go done.
I spent my turn walking towards you.
I've just loaded my crossbow up and give myself a little bit of healing.
Okay. Right then. So what's Cade and Fafook doing then?
I have some thoughts, Cade, if you want to bear with me.
So I should point out the room's sort of dimly illuminated by light coming through cracks in the ceiling above.
So
There's no windows in here at all.
With questioning eyes, what the heck?
Well, Fafook has some thoughts, and it depends on Phil's answers. So, the dead dude, is he facing us or is he facing the altar?
I'll draw you a little stick figure. How about that? So he's kind of here, and this is probably bigger than he actually is, but
Okay. Well, my thoughts, Cade, are that whatever's important in this temple should be on that altar. The legend that you read out to us implies that we have to replace whatever we take with something of a similar weight. But that's a bag of sand.
Where did I see this before?
I have no idea. I have no idea, Kay.
I mean, neither kid, but Steve, the player, yes. Fuck me.
But, 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 here's the important part. That's a bag of sand.
It's already been replaced.
So it's already been taken.
Yeah, but
So two thoughts is, and I'm happy to bow to your greater intelligence on this, but I think you have to try and skirt the room on the outside, and occasionally one of those frog heads comes out and shoves you off a ledge and dumps you into the spikes. And even if we do get to the other side of the chamber, that's a bag of sand. But you and I are both casters who can cast Mage Hand. That can pick up 10 pounds of weight between us. So my personal thoughts is we spend a couple of rounds using Mage Hand to see if we can get anything interesting off the dead dude. Maybe he's got like potions or magic items or gold or whatever, because it's always important to check that first. Maybe he's the dude that took the item and the item is on his dead person lying there. So we should check over the dead dude and then think about what we do about what looks like a bag of sand.
okay, okay. I'm not disagreeing, but only one thing. If he has replaced that whatever was there, and now the sand is there, but he died in the process, that didn't go well for him, did it?
No, it did not, but maybe we just have to check the dead dude for
I
whatever he took.
I know, but I would be very very cautious because I want my skin to be intact.
Hey, I'm with you, little dude. I seriously do not like a room full of spikes. Makes me extremely nervous. So, shall we both agree that we use Mage Hand to do as much about checking out the dead dude's pockets before we decide what to do about the pedestal?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Sorry. Question, Phil.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you have to make a ruling here, so I don't know if it works or not. So, my telekinesis, it says a creature. Is that a dead body counts as a creature or not?
So what in a creature in relation? What's
I can move a creature, 5 feet in any direction with my telekinetic power.
I would say
A dead body, does that count as a
I would
creature?
say a dead body is no longer a creature, really.
Okay, fine, no worries. We try to manipulate it with mage hand. I mean, rob the dead body. We are grave robbers or something like that.
Um,
Can't use it on.
yeah, it is odd, isn't it? That it's
I think they've done that deliberately to avoid it messing with the spell.
well, yeah. This is one. It's just one of them weird sort of rulings to, like you said, just so things work and doesn't
Yeah.
make something else useless. What's the weight? £10.
So there's two of us.
Yeah.
We can't move a dead body that's been impaled, but we can certainly rifle through all that's been
Okay,
impaled.
so right. Let's go to everybody else first because that's going to take you a few minutes at least. So what? So yeah, there's what are you three doing? There's still no sign of. It's been a few minutes now, and there's still no sign of the other two.
I will cautiously creep forward while keeping an eye out for that thing.
Okay.
To yeah, I'll have a look and see what's
Do
happening
we hear the
behind
big
me.
splash, Phil?
Yeah, you probably heard the splash. Yeah.
Just assume it's gone back in the pool.
I'll move to there while keeping an eye out, Phil,
Okay.
for that monster. I'll have a peek round the corner into the pond for what I can see.
You can
See
see
if
what you can
it's
see. What's tackling and Luhai doing?
We're in Hobol.
Yep. I don't think I've got quite as much movement as them two of those, so would be 35. So double movement to the door.
If they roll a perception check, Phil, will they the two casters nattering to each other in halfling?
Sorry?
Will they hear us talking to each other in halfling inside the temple, trying to work out what to do next?
Maybe. Oh, I didn't realise you were talking to each other in Halfling.
Yeah,
But,
we could talk in common, but
yeah, well, whatever. It doesn't really make a difference to me. So yeah, where's Luhai moving to?
Did I lose you guys?
No.
No.
we just can't see them moving because we're inside the room.
Oh no, I took you. I lost sound because there was
No, it's
massive silence. No one talks. All right.
no. Okay. So yeah, tackling and Obald. You can see. Well, you can all see what you can see. So there's no sign of that thing. What are you doing?
So just not disturbing the water.
Just not getting anywhere near the water.
I suppose. Yeah, you can probably. Yeah, now that you're here, tackling certainly, if not Obald, but tackling. So you can hear Fafuk and Cade on the other side of this door, or a gate apparently. Door, gate.
I'll open the door and shout "ribbit" as loud as possible just to scare the shit out of him.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So open the door. Yeah, and so it's and you hear a splash in the water behind.
Oh no.
I'm immediately moving, Phil.
Although you can't see anything.
Fafuk turns around and says, "Shut the door, you fucking idiot!" He's trying to get us killed.
I'll move there.
Okay. Right then. So right. So back to Fook and Cade then for a minute. What are you doing? So yeah. So yeah. You it takes you spend a few minutes. There's nothing on this guy. He's got some hide armor on and a weapon that's laid on the floor.
They're children.
Is he a Chilton? No, he's not. Not that you can see that to question that, but no, he's not.
Right. Well, okay, Cade. So, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I send you forward and I watch what happens.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I'm not. I'm not. So, I mean,
No,
you
listen.
may need to rescue
You
me.
you look hurt, so you shouldn't because you might go down and we are without a healer. So why don't you heal first yourself?
Well, yeah, I mean, I could do, but I'm thinking I could cast blink, either blink, and then walk across the floor, appear on the far side, swipe the bag, trying to replace it with something that weighs a similar amount, maybe some rocks or something, I don't know, and then walk my way back through again when I blink again.
Okay, I understand this, but the question is, why do we want to do this? What's the point? What are we trying to achieve?
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, the other option is we've both got Mage Hand already active. We just go across and from the doorway, grab the bag with Mage Hand and just step backwards out of the room. I mean, we can open the door and do it from outside the room.
Yeah,
Just grab what it is.
my mage hand has got a 60 feet range.
Oh,
So
even better. But this room is tiny. It's like 5, 10, 15, 20. We could both grab it.
yeah, so
There's no reason.
why don't we do this from outside of this room?
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
Because
So,
all the spice gonna explode and with shrapnel, whatever. I don't want to be inside.
yeah, good idea. Right. So after conferring for a couple of minutes, we sort of cautiously open the door see if there's anything visibly, if Frogzilla's waiting for us or not. And then we step out, try and get a little bit of cover around the edges of the doorway. And then Cade using, oh, hey dudes, spotted you there now. And then Cade, after he steps back, is going to, where you? Ooh, don't go there. The frog might have you. Come back here, Cade. Come back here.
I didn't see the bottom part of the map. I was just moving.
You're a little.
But it wasn't on the screen. I'm just walking out.
You're a little splash in the water.
I said, okay, grab her fast, and then let's duck behind some cover. Quick. Do it quick, Cade. Quick, quick.
So I use my mage hand to grab that bag. Let's see what happens.
Okay, right.
I'm ready to run sideways.
Right, you grab the bag. As you grab the bag, the top of the pedestal that it sat on suddenly sinks into the top of the pedestal, disappears, and as it does, the door slams shut and locks.
Before we could get the bag out.
Yeah. So the bag, well, it'll have dropped somewhere.
Do we hear like a whoosh of sand, or do we hear like a clank or something?
Yeah, just hear the noise of the door locking and closing and locking, but you do hear some more splashing in the water behind you.
Yeah, we duck for cover. Duck for cover.
Moving sideways, running away.
Okay, right. Gee, you just managed to duck around the corner as a couple of tentacles come slithering up through this gap and sort of blindly probing around either side of these columns. Right, so it does that for not for long, for a couple of rounds, a few seconds, and then they slither back and you hear another splash in the water.
Chatting to the others in a low voice, I'll just say, look, from what we saw, we think there was something valuable on the pedestal, and it was taken and replaced with something of equal weight, which is what that legend above the door sort of hints at. So we think whatever of value in here was already taken. There was like a dead body in there, shafted by some spike trap, but he had nothing on his body, so it wasn't him. So yeah, whatever was there is gone.